love2@yahoo.com. I'm so excited to bring to you a great series this year on this new YouTube channel. And just want to remind everyone that, hey, listen, we can talk about anything you want to talk about. You see some of the topics that we have here for you. If there's nothing here that you like, email me and say, hey, Carol, I want to talk about this. Let's get you on the show and we can talk about what you want to talk about. So some of the topics that we're going to be looking at this year or over the years would be about pets and politics, social media, money matters, technology, family matters, restaurants, exercise. You know, we all need to exercise, right? Fashion, which is one of my favorites. So many things. And we want you to be a part of this new YouTube channel, the Sister Love Talk Show. Well, for those of you that's been following along with us, and this is our second week for this new series, we're doing a great intro topic subject where we're talking about mental issues, diagnosis, mental issues. And this is episode or diagnosis number 2. But let's first start about what about these define the word disbarment. Let's start there because we want to define it and we can get a better understanding. Okay, what is disbarment? Disbarment is the most severe sanction for attorney misconduct, and it is imposed by the court or the bar association for the jurisdiction where the lawyer is admitted. Disbarment procedures and rules vary by state and country, but generally involve a hearing before a disciplinary committee or a judge. Disbarment is permanent in most cases, unless the lawyer can prove rehabilitation and apply for reinstatement. According to my web search result, some of the lawyers who were disbarred recently are Michael Ralph McCabe of Redding, California. He was disbarred for failing to perform with competence, failing to obey a court order, engaging in the unauthorized practice of law, and others. That was effective October 15, 2023, last year. There was a guy named Michael Allen Geverts of San Francisco. He was disbarred for commingling personal funds in a client trust account, effective September 30th, 2023. There's a guy named Victor Widart Luke of Norwalk, California. He was disbarred for failing to comply with conditions attached to his disciplinary probation. That was in September of 2023. Frank Patrick Duncan of Los Angeles, California. He was disbarred for violating probation conditions and failing to file a Rule 920 compliance declaration resulting from earlier discipline and others, effective September 15, 2023. We had a lot of folks being disbarred last year, didn't we? Andrew Brian Mitchell of Santa Barbara, California. He was disbarred for violating probation conditions and failing to file a Rule 920 compliance declaration resulting from earlier discipline, just like that other guy, Frank Patrick Duncan. I guess they wasn't in the same location. I guess they didn't work for the same law firm. Leslie Wayne Westmoreland of Fresno, California, disbarred for employing a suspended attorney to engage in prohibited activities, aiding the unauthorized practice of law, and others. That was effective September 15, 2023. So y'all see, we got mental issues. Even the lawyers got mental issues. They're being disbarred for unethical practices, doing things that they know they should not be. Why do you want to go to law school for all those years, all that money, and right at the end, because of your greed, because of your unethical ways, now you being what? Disbarred. Talk about mental issues. You got mental issues. Can you imagine going back to your family and everyone was proud of you because you got into law school and you're a big lawyer now, and then all of a sudden you've been disbarred. Mental issues. We have to remember things that we do, it just doesn't affect us mentally, but it affects those around us in our circle, family, friends, it affects them too. They now have mental issues about your mental issue. All right, then, everyone. So that's going to start us here on this diagnosis number 2, where we're talking about disbarment. So let's take a look at our very first lawyer, and let's see how this individual has mental issues. All right, let's take a look. Here we have, all right, now many of you may know him or heard of him. This is F. Lee Bailey. Was a famous criminal defense attorney who represented many high-profile clients such as O.J. Simpson, Patty Hearst, and the Boston Strangler. However, he was disbarred in Florida and Massachusetts for misconduct while defending a marijuana dealer named Claude Louis Dubois in 1994. According to my web search results, Bailey agreed to help Dubois forfeit his assets to the federal government in exchange for a reduced sentence. One of the assets was $5.8 million worth of stock in a pharmaceutical company. Bailey claimed that he took the stock as payment for his legal fees, but the government argued that he only had temporary control over it and that he had to surrender it as part of the forfeiture deal. Bailey refused to give up the stock and used it for his own purposes, such as obtaining a line of credit and selling some of it. He also failed to keep the money from the sale of the stock separate from his own funds, which violated the rules of professional conduct for lawyers. Last paragraph. Bailey spent almost 6 weeks in federal prison in 1996 for contempt of court until he agreed to turn over the stock. He was also sued by the Internal Revenue Service for unpaid taxes on the stock. The Florida bar filed a complaint against him for his handling of the stock and accused him of several ethical violations, such as dishonesty, commingling funds, and conflict of interest. A referee appointed by the Florida Supreme Court found Bailey guilty of these charges and recommended his disbarment. The Florida Supreme Court agreed and disbarred Bailey in 2001. The Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court followed suit and disbarred Bailey in 2003. Bailey tried to regain his law license in Maine, where he moved after his disbarment, but he was denied by the Maine Board of Bar Examiners in 2013. He appealed the decision, but the Maine Supreme Judicial Court upheld it in 2014. The court said that Bailey had not shown enough remorse or rehabilitation for his misconduct and that he still owed millions of dollars to the IRS. Are y'all seeing this? Mental issues. This man got mental issues that he's going to take that stock money, that $5 million, and put it to the side, and he's going to use it for his own personal use. That's unethical. Wouldn't report it and everything. And you wonder why you got mental issues when you get disbarred. And he wasn't just disbarred from one state, 3 states. What? Massachusetts, Florida, and Maine? Oh my goodness. Disbarment, mental issues. And these are lawyers that had reputations. And like we saw here, he had clients like OJ. No, look, don't get me started on OJ. Now, you had mental issues because OJ had mental issues when he was driving down that freeway in that white Ford Bronco, and he wasn't stopping all the cops. Y'all remember, y'all saw it on TV just like I did. And when I saw it, I said, OJ got mental issues. Okay. So here his lawyer now, after all of that. And and now he got mental issues. Yeah, I don't know what we have to say about people. What are we saying about people? We so trustful. We so trusting of people, aren't we? But they got mental issues. Woo! Okay. F. Lee Bailey been disbarred. See, diagnosis number 2. Mental, yeah, mental issues. Let's take a look at our next one. Who is this? Oh, now y'all know. Now this joker really did have mental issues. This, mental issues. Diagnosis number 2 on this guy. Disgraced South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh has been disbarred by the state Supreme Court for admitted reprehensible misconduct on Tuesday, July 12, 2022. Since his initial arrest last year, Murdaugh has been accused of money laundering, fraud charges, but he could also be charged with the murder last week, his attorney said Tuesday. We know what that outcome was. Based on his admitted reprehensible misconduct, we hereby disbar, responded Richard Alexander Murdaugh from the practices of law in South Carolina. The Supreme Court said in an order signed by all 5 court justices on Tuesday. The disbarment comes after Murdaugh, 54, was hit with his 16th indictment for an alleged 8-year money laundering and painkiller ring with a friend and former client who also allegedly agreed to help Murdaugh kill himself so his surviving son could collect the $10 million life insurance policy. Y'all, that man got mental issues. Mental issues. We know he was arrested and charged and convicted of killing his wife and son. You know this joker had mental issues, and he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. You know, they supposed to defend you and supposed to come and help you out of your problems. These jokers got problems too. Sometimes I think the lawyers make the problems for the people worse than what it is of their crooked, unethical ways. Diagnosis number 2, y'all. Mental issues. This man got mental issues. Now he's locked up in prison for the rest of his life. Talk about mental issues. He gonna be thinking about what he did, ain't he? If he ain't physically crazy, you be physically crazy by the time he get out of there. He probably is already. You know, he done hooked up with somebody. Somebody done, well, y'all know what they do. Ooh, what they do in jail, y'all. Oh my God, it's enough to make you go crazy. You know you're gonna complain about the food. You know you're gonna complain about you ain't got no right to do this. They taking your rights away. You in jail. Joker, you crook, you criminal, you're in jail with your mental issues, and you talk about your rights, especially if you're guilty. If you're guilty, you know you got mental issues. You know you guilty, and you want to keep saying, I ain't do nothing, I didn't do nothing, I'm innocent. You and all the evidence, all the facts, camera, you got emails, you got text messages, you got your social media messages that you post, all that stuff come back to haunt you because you got mental issues. Okay. Oh, he's a good one. And look at him right there in the courthouse. Right there in the courthouse. The courtroom setting where you came in and your life and your family, he had a family heritage of lawyer. Can you imagine if his daddy came back to life, he sure would have mental issues. Oh, you know, some parents say, ain't my son, ain't my child. You know, we disown them. Oh, sometimes we disown them. They so bad. Mental issues, y'all. Disbarment is a mental issue. He's sitting in prison right now thinking about his life, what he did wrong, and how he deprived his own clients. It's bad enough you kill your family, and then on top of that, you deceive your clients. They're supposed to be getting X and millions of dollars, and you funnel it through an account for your own use, and then these people get evicted out of their homes, and now they got real mental issues because you done took their money. Joker. Let me go to the next one. Oh, I know y'all know this one. Now this guy's all over the news, and you know why he got disbarred, who was his client, who he was working for. Michael Cohen did several things wrong that led to his disbarment and imprisonment. Now, see, he got a double. He had a double mental issue, disbarment and imprisonment. He was convicted of Tax evasion. He failed to report more than $4 million income from his taxi business and other sources. Bank fraud. He lied about his assets and debts to obtain loans from banks. Campaign finance violation. He arranged illegal payments to two women who claimed to have had affairs with Trump in order to influence the 2016 election. Lying to Congress. He lied about the extent of Trump's involvement in a project to build a Trump Tower in Moscow during the 2016 campaign. Cohen pleaded guilty to these charges and cooperated with the investigations by the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan and the special counsel, Robert Mueller. He was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison and ordered to pay $50,000 fine. He was also disbarred by the New York Supreme Court Appellate Division for his criminal conduct. Are y'all seeing this? Lawyers, mental issues. I mean, shady lawyers. Money, that greed, that money will do it. That money will do it to you. And then you want to manipulate people. You want to bribe people to get your way. You're paying them off to satisfy your client. Now your client got to have mental issues for you to go and do some stupid stuff like that for your client. You got mental issues. Sometimes you got to tell these clients, I ain't doing that. Are you crazy? You may be crazy, but I ain't crazy. Are y'all seeing this? Diagnosis. Number 2, disbarment. That's right. Look. I bet you when they got disbarred, I bet they wanted to go to the bar. I bet they wanted to go to the bar and drink. Remember what I told y'all in that first episode I did? I love words, and we had to pick out a word, and that first one was establishment, and I said they probably want to stab somebody. This one, you want to go to the bar. I take a shot. I take 2 shots, 3, 4, 5. How many shots can I take? Because I got mental issues. I done lost everything. My law license, my reputation. I got to go to jail. I take a shot. No, better yet, bartender, give me the bottle. Just give me the full bottle because I got what? Disbarmental issues. Okay. Y'all better be careful when y'all take these oaths and y'all go into these professions and you raising your hand talking about I take the whatever that oath them lawyers take and stuff, doctors take oaths and lawyers take oaths and everybody taking the oath. You better be careful. Make sure you in your right mind. You ain't crazy and you don't want to be crazy. So there it is. There is Michael Cohen. And we all know him. Amen. But he's in the process of rehabilitating himself. I don't know if he ever want to be another, maybe a lawyer, they done disbarred him. But he's on a talk show now and he's talking shit. Ain't it that Michael Cohen, he's a straight up New Yorker. Ooh, he be using some words on his former client. Ooh. And if that former client ain't got no mental issues, by the time he finished listening to Michael Cohen, he gonna have some mental issues. We know they got mental issues because they both suing each other. Trump suing Cohen, Cohen suing Trump. Boy, they going back and forth, up in court. Can you believe it? Mental issues. Woohoo. All right, everyone. Who's next? Well, hey, that's going to do it. That's going to do it. I want to encourage you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that show. But hey, listen, we got other shows that you can watch as well. Go to our other YouTube channel. It's called My Bible Study Show. We're doing a great series over there talking about Biden versus Trump. That's right. We got Proverbs 21:24. You don't want to miss that one. Check it out. All right, then also on My Bible Study Show, another great series talking about fishermen of men, how to catch fish of man. Oh, this is a good one. You want to catch that one. You want to watch it. And we caught us a lazy man. So you want to see what lazy man we caught. And these ain't men in the Bible. These are men that's in the world that the Bible talk about. So go to the YouTube channel, My Bible Study Show, and watch this series, Fishermen of Men, where Jesus said in Matthew 4:19, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And believe me, I caught 42 of them too. And then also on My Bible Study Show YouTube channel, another great teaching we do over there. We're doing a series called Couples, Usual or unusual. And this is episode number 2. You don't want to miss this couple, good and evil. Oh, it is great. So you want to watch, subscribe, share, and support this YouTube channel as well. We got 2 versions for you. We have the teacher's version, and then we have the student's version. So watch both of them, and you will be impressed. And you will say, I never thought of a couple like this, usual or unusual. You don't want to miss it. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for me, Sister Love, right here. I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, watch, subscribe, share, and let's talk. And this is going to be next week is diagnosis number 3. And we're going to be talking about management. Woo! We got a good one coming up on management next week. All right, everyone, take care. I'm Sister Love right here at the Sister Love Talk Show on the YouTube channel. Take care.